Listen up, folks. We have a lot to break down in this video. We're going to break down the indexes, starting off with the S&P, the Nasdaq. We'll actually talk about the Russell because that is getting destroyed right now, so it's worth talking about that. And we're going to break down oil, what stocks I'm looking at in general here on my watch list. So a lot of charts are going to be broken down today, guys. We're going to go over a lot of price action. So if you all find value and you like this type of content, feel free to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It's completely free to do that. And if you want some stocks from Moomoo, check out that link down below, or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, that's all you guys have to do. You get 5 stocks right off the bat, and each of those could be valued up to $2,000, guys, and you could get a bunch of more stocks like Google and Tesla, depending on how much more money you deposit. All the details are linked down below, and with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive into it because, again, we have a lot to break down in this video. And, well, markets right now are not looking so pretty, especially the Russell. We currently have the Russell down 1.5%. We have the S&P down 0.1%, Dow's down 0.15%. So those two are not doing that bad. And in fact, we have the Nasdaq up 0.3%. So tech's doing pretty decent right now, but the Russell is getting destroyed. Might as well pull that one up first very quickly here. The Russell is down, like I said, almost 1.5%. And to me, guys, it is pretty clear what's going on right now from a technical standpoint, right? We're failing a breakout of the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, right? This green trend line. So we're kind of sandwiched between these moving averages, and at the same time, we arguably have, at least in my opinion here, a lopsided head and shoulders, right? You guys see that right here, left shoulder, then we have the head right here, then we have the right shoulder. Do you guys not see now that we're, failing at about 1,900 points, 2,000, not 2,000, but 1,920 roughly? That is the neckline, kind of, right, of this head and shoulder. So this could be potentially setting up for a cliff dive, maybe. I'm not saying for sure, but I think it will be, especially if we start taking out 1850. We take out that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. We start taking out the lows from the end of August. That would not be pretty for the Russell, guys. That would be the right shoulder in this head and shoulders completing, but let's be honest, we're not showing the complete dump off quite yet. We might get it, but of course, it is not guaranteed. But right now, the Russell is not looking so pretty. We have the Nasdaq. If we pull up triple Q here, and again, it's about 11:10 a.m., so we still have hours to go today. Today's the first day of trading, so for all we know, we could end up ripping later on today. I have no idea. But right now, it's up 0.3%, and it looks like we're continuing the break above the neckline here, which is good. I mean, we did have a head and shoulders here on triple Q, but that's pretty much out of the window now. So let me actually get rid of this. And now it looks like to me we're above the moving averages. That's pretty obvious. We have a golden cross on the way. And this to me looks like, guys, it really is starting to reverse back to the recent highs, which I believe the recent high where we hit 387, that was an all-time high, right? Let me double check. No, it's not. 408 is the all-time high. Excuse me, guys. My bad. That was hit back in November of 2021, about 2 years ago. But right now, we're at 378, pushing 380. And look, if we do start pushing 387, which by the looks of it, it looks like it kind of wants to do that, right? Triple Q could be off to 400 after that. Maybe. Is it guaranteed? Of course not, guys. Nothing's guaranteed. We don't know what the heck's going to happen, but that's kind of what the charts are pointing to right now. And SPY, if I pull it up, let me show you guys this. And cheers, by the way. I need some freaking water, guys. This is my second video in a row of filming. I'm going to batch edit these and upload them and, do some other work and other projects I'm working on. But, yeah, I need some freaking water, guys. And I'm getting a cold, man. I'm getting a little cold. I don't know, a little side story here. A bunch of my buddies just met up. We just had a fantasy football draft in person a couple days ago. We had a couple people fly in. One dude from Florida, my other buddy from South Carolina, my 2 buddies drove in from Virginia, a bunch of people from New Jersey. I mean, yeah, we got a little cold going on here. My one buddy said he had to call off work today because he's just feeling like crap. But either way, I'm dealing with a little bit of some dry throat. I'm not sick. I'm not going to say I'm sick. But cheers. Either way, guys, we need some freaking water here. So we can see SPY's pretty much at break even. Not much to cover here. Honestly, we're above the moving averages. That's awesome. We are above the highs from, late August, mid-August as well, which is good. But we are noticing a little bit of resistance right around here. Are we not? At about 455, 460. So very simple. I'm going to set my alert at 460 on SPY and just be patient with it, right? If that point breaks, directionally, we're going to get very bullish at that point. And we've been bullish for months, guys. But in other words, we're going to break out fully at that point, in my opinion, if we do start taking mid 450s out, 460, right? So keep your eyes on that point, on those levels on SPY. Let me pull up CL here, crude oil, see what's up, what's going on with that. Holy crap, guys, what's going on with oil? Did I miss something here? It's up 1.4% on the day, completely breaking out of the highs from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, about a month ago. And it looks like that bounced off beautifully, man. Look at that. So we actually called this dip on oil. Now it's completely breaking out to a multi-month high, guys. You guys can see now we're at a fresh high on this 4-hour chart. And let me actually pull up XLE, which, full disclosure, I've been buying XLE, guys. I've been buying that thing again. And, my private portfolio and my Patreon portfolio as well, which you guys all have access to if you guys want to check it out. Link down below. It's pretty cheap to join, guys. Nothing crazy. If you want to support the channel and watch me build out this portfolio, private, the private Patreon portfolio, you get access to every move. I was buying this about, I think I started buying it 3 weeks ago. Bought more 2 weeks ago because every week I put money in and I buy different names every week. And this is one that I was, buying. And I'm pretty bullish on XLE, more as a contrarian bet kind of, right? I'm kind of trying to diversify a bit. I'm not one of these guys that's all in tech or all in this or all in that. I like having money in different places, right? I have precious metals. I have a little bit of crypto, not much anymore. I sold off a lot of it. Maybe I'll buy some more. But either way, look, gold, metals, crypto, of course, stocks. I'm looking to get into real estate soon at some point. Not rushing that. That's one thing, in my opinion, that there's no need to rush. Real estate's one thing that I do not want to rush into and make a stupid mistake. But everything else, cash, of course. I'm pretty diversified, and I think XLE is bound to break out. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I think if we get another, round of inflation, or inflation lasts longer than expected, right? Or even if it doesn't, even if, I do think it's going to last longer than expected, to be honest. But let's say it dumps down. I think these energy stocks are, in terms of inflation, it comes down aggressively, unexpectedly, which I don't think is going to happen. But let's say it does. These energy names are still worth owning over the long term, in my opinion. So I'm looking at it like, all right, if inflation comes up, I think we're going to make some good money on XLE. And even if it doesn't, let's say it stays the same for a while, I still think we're going to make some good money on XLE, right? Well, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. And the chart here points to a breakout, no doubt. Do we not have an overall ascending triangle on the yearly chart, on the 4-hour chart? You guys see it, on the 3-year chart. You guys see, man, this thing is bound to break out, and this is my accumulation zone. Full disclosure, I've owned this for years. I mean, I started buying XLE, if I remember correctly, in the 60s, not even before 2022, guys, way before that, maybe in the 50s, 60s, in this range. I forget when it was, maybe 2.5 years ago. Either way, I've owned it for a while in the 60s, 70s. I've held it, locked some profits in, added more, but over the past couple of months, I've just been holding, and now recently is when I've started buying more. As I've noticed, the price of oil start to tick up. I feel like inflation is going to be here longer than expected. Powell's even said that. More rate hikes are coming. I think it's a decent bet, to have some money, at least in my opinion. That's the way I'm looking at it here in the energy space. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. That's a fresh buy. Well, not a fresh buy, but I've been adding more to it. Again, I've owned it for years, a couple of years. And yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And Airbnb right now is a name, stock that's doing very well. It's up over 8%, continuing the breakout that we actually talked about last week. You guys can see we had this drawn out in this channel, right? Now we're breaking above, we were above the 50. Now we're breaking above the 180. This to me looks like it could be going towards the 150s, but maybe we need a pullback in the meantime. To be honest, we are a little bit overbought here. But after a little pullback, maybe a continuation could be in the cards, guys. So Yeah, that's a big mover right now. Let's see some other ones quickly before we do wrap up the video. Pinterest is moving up a little bit, 4% here. Looks like it's starting to break out. Look at that nice move on the 4-hour chart. GME's up. Tesla's up, which I made a video on today, so make sure to go check it out if it's already out. I'm not sure which one I'm releasing first. But either way, guys, that's pretty much it. A lot of other, we have some down movers as well. We have Hawaiian Electric down 11%. Now it's getting back to the lows from initially. Actually, no, it's not. The lows were $9. But now it looks like we could be getting back to, you know, 12, 13 bucks, maybe under that. So yeah, be very careful with this one, guys. We could make money, but very risky. It's going to be rocky in the meantime, right? So what do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And do not forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys. I'm telling you, this promo is by far the best one right now. Just use that link down below. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks right off the bat, each of which could be valued up to $2,000. And depending on how much more money you deposit, guys, you can get 10 more stocks. And you can get a free share of Google or Tesla, guaranteed. All the details are linked down below, guys. Again, up to 16 stocks, each up to $2,000. So, yeah, use that link. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys later.